Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. We were recently down in Tennessee at my parents' house, and my mom mentioned she had a bunch of albums in the basement in boxes. So my husband went down there to look through them, and they were all just in boxes with newspaper like between them. And what had happened years ago, many years ago, there was a flood at my parents' house and the albums got wet. And so I guess they just threw away all the album covers but kept the actual vinyl or cellulose. I don't know. Depends on what it is. I don't know. Anyway, but they were all, they never cleaned them off. So they were really like dirty, almost muddy. So Greg has spent, I don't know, time like every night cleaning all these albums. And then he got these backing boards and little plastic sheets to put them in. I told him he should print up the album cover and we could put a printout of it, but whatever. So I just thought we could just look through and see what he pulled out. He said there's tons more and that I should look through them. But I didn't have time. I was busy doing other stuff. So he just grabbed like a few. But he scrubbed them up and we've played the last few nights, maybe 10 of them. But we haven't made it through them all. So I don't know what they all sound like. I'm not familiar with them all. But maybe you will be. And you can tell me if they're good. So this one is Verve Records. And most of these are probably from the 50s, early 60s. And a lot of jazz, I think, is in here. So, and they're original albums, from that time. They're not like reprints. But this is Verve Records, and it's Ella at Duke's Place, which is Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington. And on here, let's see if we imagine my frustration, Duke's Place, brown skin gal in the calico gown, what am I here for, Cottontail, and on the other side, am I going to have to take it all the way out? I think so. I don't know if we can go through all these because it would take a lot of time. Something to live for, a flower is a lovesome thing, passion flower, I like a surprise, and azure. I love the word azure. I don't know why, it just sounds pretty. So there's Ella Fitzgerald. Oh, and here's another Ella Fitzgerald Verve Records sings the Rodgers and Hart songbook. Oh, Rodgers and Hart. Wait, that's that movie. So Rodgers goes off with Hammerstein, and Hart is at the bar. And that is that Blue, is it called Blue Monday? I think so. I might watch that movie tonight, maybe. Somebody in the comments of my video reminded me, I was like, yeah. Okay, Give It Back to the Indians, 10 cents a dance. There's a small hotel. I didn't know what time it was. Everything I've got. I could write a book. Blue Room. My Funny Valentine. Bewitched. I love that song. Mountain Green. Wait Till You See Her. Lover. Isn't It Romantic? Here in My Arms. Blue Moon. Love it. My Heart Stood Still. I've got $5. Blue Moon I sing when I do laundry a lot. I don't know why. It comes up. Okay, this album is probably my favorite. This is the Nat King Cole story. And This is a set, actually. Hold on. I remember my parents listening to these when I was a kid. So, let's see. Album 2. Oh, you know what? Okay, so see how this says 1, 2, 3. Well, on the back of this one is 6. And so it goes 1, 2, 3, and then on the back sides are 4, 5, 6. Do you guys know why that would be? That it would be side 1 and side 6. Older people probably do know, but young people may not. So the reason for that is they used to, and they don't really have this on record players anymore, but it used to have a top bar that was magnetic. I guess it was magnetic. And it would come over and you'd stack albums and put that over and it would hold them. And then the first album would play all the way through, and then the needle would draw back and the second album would drop. So you would put these in order of 1, 2, 3. So they drop like that, and then you'd flip them over and put them in order of 4, 5, 6. So it's set up to be stacked. That's why they're that way. This one I listened to last night. It's so good, you guys. I love Nat King Cole. And this album he recorded at Capitol Records with a full band and just sang, and they recorded it like live in basically single takes, and it sounds like perfection. Like, it's crazy. These might be, I think he originally recorded them even earlier in mono, but these were like re-records in stereo, like 5 years later or something, or I don't know, something like that. All right, this says Straighten Up and Fly Right, Sweet Lorraine, It's Only a Paper Moon. Oh my God, I love all these songs. Get Your Kicks on Route 66, For Sentimental Reasons. And then kind of not to my favorite thing is the Christmas song. I love the Christmas song by Nat King Cole, probably my favorite Christmas song. But to have it show up in the middle of your, when you're listening to just jazz, it's like, wait, it's not Christmas. But anyway, we'll look at the other side of this one. Looking Back, I love it. Non-Dementicar, I don't know what that means. That must be one in another language. Paradise, Oh Mary, Don't You Weep, E Cosita Linda. I heard that last night and I'm like, is he saying Linda? I think he's saying Linda. Wild as Love. I wasn't really familiar with some of those. But love it. Okay, so that's one. And then here's side 2. So after you hear the Christmas song, you'd hear Nature Boy, Lush Life, Calypso Blues, Mona Lisa, Orange Colored Sky, and Too Young. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. To the Ends of the Earth, Night Lights, Ballerina, Stardust, Send for Me. That's a good one. St. Louis Blues. Hold on. What's going on here? I guess that's where I go. Okay. And then we have Unforgettable. Somewhere Along the Way, Walking My Baby Back Home, Pretend, Blue Gardenia, I Am in Love, Answer Me My Love, Smile, Darling, Je vous aime beaucoup. Maybe I'm saying there. The Sand in the Sea, If I May, A Blossom Fell. It's good, you guys. Okay. I guess I can't read every name of every song, so I won't do that. Hold on, let me make sure these are in a nice pile. It's too sloppy. Hold on. It's hard to get them sitting upright. Okay, so this is called Golden Vibes by Lionel Hampton with Wreaths and Rhythm. And it also has My Funny Valentine. I think a lot of people made versions of that. So I don't think I'm familiar with this, but it's a Columbia record. So if you're familiar, let me know. Look at these. I'm not exactly sure what the design is there on Columbia. And then we have, oh, I didn't tell you a story about this Nat King Cole. I think I have this story correct. That this was a gift from my dad to my mom, and part of the reason why she liked him, because he knew she had good taste in music. Anyway, okay, so Lionel Hampton. All right, next is Hamp's Big Band, Audio Fidelity, manufactured by Capitol Records. So this is Lionel Hampton and Orchestra. Hamp's Boogie Woogie. I think I listened to this. I think that's a good one. Okay. This is by Wing Records, a product of Mercury Record Corporation. And it's Errol Garner Moods. What? I don't know. I don't think I've listened to that one. Okay. Another Columbia. Oh, Dave Brubeck. I love Dave Brubeck. Dave Brubeck and Jay and Kai at Newport. Oh, look, it's only 2. God, I love Dave Brubeck. I have a really good Dave Brubeck album. It's recorded live at some club, and you can hear like sometimes people laughing and talking, but it's so good. I don't think I've listened to this yet. In Your Own Way, In Your Own Sweet Way, and 2-part Contention, and each song is like half of an album. Let's see what's on the other side, just out of curiosity. And this is a Columbia record. They cleaned up pretty nice. This side has Take the A Train, I'm in a Dancing Mood, Lover Come Back to Me, True Blue I thought it said trombones, but it doesn't. Tromboniums. And I'm actually not sure. NWPT, Newport. NWPT. I don't know. Okay. Greg did this so nice, and I'm not as neat as him. He always has everything all, like, he'll probably have to fix this because it's a little crooked. A little bit crooked. There we go. Okay. And then there's Long Playing Epic, a product of CBS. The piano scene of Ahmad Jamal. Yeah. I think this is a good one. I think I listened to this. Good jazz album. I looked him up. He was born in 1930 in Pittsburgh. And I think he died in 1990, maybe. Old Devil Moon, Ahmad Blues. Because I thought I was familiar with the name. And I think I was, because I think he's played with people. Like, here's another. The Ahmad Jamal Trio. Number 1, Squeeze Me. Something to Remember You By. Black Beauty by Duke Ellington. The Donkey Serenade. Don't Blame Me. They Can't Take That Away From Me. They Can't Take That Away From Me. That's Gershwin. Okay. This says Hi-Fi Record. Look at that. That looks so modern. Doesn't that look like super modern? It's Taboo, the exotic sound of Arthur Lyman. Now, my mom told me that when she was in college, they were into Arthur Lyman. And I'm familiar with Arthur Lyman because we used to have, they were like Exotica records, I think, and I think they had Arthur Lyman on them. But the thing with it is they have all these bird sounds in there, like all these exotic bird sounds all the way through the album. And it's fun, but it's a little much for me. I'm like, okay, enough with the bird sound. All right, this is Frank Sinatra, Nice and Easy. Now, my son, who's been on here, Clark, he kind of likes Frank Sinatra. He's sort of a fan, and he'll sing it and stuff. He's got a pretty good voice, actually. But to be honest, if I'm really find Frank Sinatra a little boring for me. I like get bored. His songs a lot of times they're so slow and just I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Like sometimes in the background, whatever. But I don't think it's my bag. All right, this is Night Music, the George Wallington Trio from Atlantic Records. It's Unbreakable. I'm not familiar with this one. Godchild, Serendipity, Billy's Tune, The Ghostly Lover, Up Jumped the Devil. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Up Jumped the Devil. All right. Okay. So, here's another Nat King Cole sings Ballads of the Day. I don't know, maybe. Let's see, what are the songs? A Blossom Fell, Unbelievable, Blue Gardenia, Angel Eyes, It Happened to Be Me, It Happened to Be Me, Smile, Smile, and the world will do. I can't think how that goes, but I know it. Okay, what's on the other side? Darling, some of these were on the other one. Alone Too Long, My One Sin, Return to Paradise, If Love Is Good to Me, The Sand and the Sea. I don't know. Okay. Guys, this is mine. This is my record. This is Oh No, It's Devo. I imagine this is probably one of the very first records that I bought with my own money, from probably babysitting money, and it's by Warner Brothers Records, probably 1982. Devo, do they have a date on here? No, they don't. But this has Time Out for Fun, Peekaboo, Out of Sync, Explosions. That's good. You guys might, if you kind of are like, who's Devo? They did the song Whip It. Whip It. They're from Akron, Ohio. They were kind of big in the late 70s, early 80s. But their only like top 10 hit, I think, was Whip It. But I love Devo. Even though I admit a lot of their songs sound the same. I played this side of the album, actually. So I know that. All right. The Best of Glenn Campbell. I think this album came, well, I know it did because look, 74, 75, 76. So my parents probably bought this when I was, in first grade. But I remember, it was probably the movie Rhinestone Cowboy, actually. I remember listening to it a lot. And this is a good one. It has Rhinestone Cowboy, Gentle on My Mind, Wichita Lineman. That's a good song, guys. Galveston. Houston, Country Boy. I don't think I remember those. If you don't know, like, Wichita Lineman and Galveston, you probably ought to try them out. By the Time I Get to Phoenix, oh my God, it's a good song. The Last Time I Saw Her, Try a Little Kindness, It's Only Make Believe, I Knew Jesus Before He Was a Star. The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. A lot of these are like Jimmy Webb songs. Yeah. If you aren't familiar with Glenn Campbell, I would say you might enjoy the documentary called The Wrecking Crew. And it is about all these extremely accomplished musicians who played on the albums of a lot of songs and albums that you might be really familiar with, but they were like studio musicians who just get hired to play, and their names aren't on the albums necessarily or anything. But Glenn Campbell's one of them. But he also did some solo stuff, and he is good. And he ended up having Alzheimer's, and there's also a documentary about him that's good too. Okay. Gentle on My Mind. Oh, this is also Glenn Campbell. Okay. Let's see. I can't read these. Let's pull this out so we can see it a little better. This has Gentle on My Mind, Catch the Wind, It's Over, Bowling Green, Just Another Man, You're My World. I don't really know those. I don't know. The World I used to know. Without her, Mary in the morning, love me as though there were no tomorrow. Crying. Okay. I'm not really that familiar with this one. Which doll I'm in? I think that's good. Okay, what is this? Smash Records. Oh, that looks pretty cool, guys. This is Golden Hits Roger Miller. Oh, I love Roger Miller. Okay, Roger Miller. If you don't know these songs, you must look it up. King of the Road, a great song. Dang Me, Dang Me, Dang Me. They ought to take a rope and hang me. Engine, in the summertime. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd. What? Wackadoo. Okay, I don't really know all those, but I know King of the Road and Dang Me. King of the Road's a very good song. England Swings, Chug-a-lug. Chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. One dying and a burying. What? Kansas City Star. Attaboy girl. Attaboy girl. Yeah. King of the Road. Trailer for sale or rent. All right. I was just thinking about King of the Road because I think one time, my dad has Alzheimer's, and some days he's worse than others. And this one day he wasn't really talking very much. And in the car, I just put on the song King of the Road. And it was funny because that one and the Kingston Trio, he was kind of singing along with. And I was like, oh, that's cool. All right. Capital, the Kansas City song, Buck Owens and his Buckaroos. I don't know. Buck Owens, the Kansas City song, Bring Back My Peace of Mind. London Town, I'd Love to Be Your Man. You can't make nothing out of that but love. Boy, I think I know Buck Owens, but I'm not. Is he like one of those guys who was like inspiration for Dwight Yoakam? Amsterdam, Black Texas Dirt, Scandinavian Polka. The Wind Blows Every Day in Oklahoma, Full-Time Daddy. Gosh, I don't know. I'll have to listen to that one and see. I don't know if I know that or not. Okay. This is another Buck Owens. This is also capital. It's The Fight Inside of Me. Merle Haggard and the Strangers. Merle Haggard, eh? Okay. Let's see. Theme, hamming it up. I don't know. I take a lot of pride in what I am. Corrine, Corina. Every fool has a rainbow. TB Blues. When did right become wrong? Philadelphia Lawyer. Stealing Corn. Herald Super Service. Medley of Devil Woman, I'm Moving, Folsom Prison Blues, Jackson, Orange Blossom Special, Love's Gonna Live Here. I'll have to listen to that. Today, I Started Loving You Again. Oh, that's a good song, I think. Today, no, I'm not sure. Okie from Muskogee. Okay, that's kind of famous. The Fight Inside of Me. I'm just an Okie from Muskogee. Wait, is that the song where he's like... Yeah, I don't know. All right. Drum Suite, the Art Blakely Percussion Ensemble. Yeah, I think this is a good one. The Sacrifice, Cubano Chant, Oscalypso. This is a Columbia record. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, I don't know. Some other songs I'm not familiar with. This one, look how cute. It's got a chicken. Parker Records. CP. I've never heard of that. On tour with Teddy Wilson. Charlie Parker. Oh, it's Charlie Parker Record Corporation, New York. Distributed by MGM Records. That's interesting. Rose Room, Just One of Those Things, Shiny Stockings, Body and Soul, Sweet Lorraine, and Moonglow. Huh. Mono packed. What does that mean, I wonder? Still got more here, guys. This is Joe Turner. I like this one, I think. I think I'll listen to this. This says shake, rattle and roll, flip floppity fly. I don't care about it. Feeling happy. Well, all right. The Chicken and the Hawk. Boogie Woogie Country Girl. That's a good one. Yeah, Joe Turner, Boogie Woogie Country Girl. Honey Hush, Honey Hush. I'm not sure I have the right tune for that, but okay. And then on the other side, Corrine Corina, Midnight Special Train, Hide and Seek, Oshi Mokshi Pop, Crawdad Hole, Sweet 16, Chains of Love. I think the one that he's most known for might be Boogie Woogie Country Girl. Joe Turner. I could be wrong, but I think so. Okay. This is the last one. Gypsy in Jazz, Teddy Wilson and his trio. I don't know if I've listened to this yet. It says, all I need is the girl. You'll never get away from me. Small world, little lamb. Together wherever we go. Everything's coming up roses. Everything's coming up roses. On the other side, some people, mama's talking soft. Cow song. If Mama was married, let me entertain you. Mr. Goldstone, I love you. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So that's the ones, but there are more. We